Once hailed as America's dad, Bill Cosby was a trailblazer who redefined comedy in television, amassing a staggering net worth of $400 million at his peak. From luxurious Manhattan townhouses to a life filled with accolades, his story is one of triumph, controversy, and resilience. But what does his life look like in 2025? Are his lavish homes still a symbol of success, or are they now part of a financial unraveling? Buckle up as we take you inside Bill Cosby's world, his jaw-dropping properties, his car collection, his rise to fame, and the scandals that shook his legacy. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive into the roller coaster life of Bill Cosby. Before the mansions and the fame, Bill Cosby's journey began in a world far removed from the glitz of Hollywood. Let's rewind to his early days and uncover the roots of this comedy icon. Born on July 12, 1937, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, William Henry Cosby Jr. grew up in a working-class neighborhood where dreams often felt out of reach. Raised in the Richard Allen Homes, a public housing project, Cosby's family faced financial hardships that shaped his resilience. His father, William Sr., a mess steward in the Navy, was often away, leaving his mother, Anna, to instill discipline and ambition in young Bill. Anna's storytelling and emphasis on education became the cornerstone of Cosby's creativity, teaching him the power of humor even in tough times. As a child, Cosby faced challenges that tested his spirit. He struggled academically, often clashing with teachers, and dropped out of high school to join the Navy. Yet, it was during these formative years that he discovered his knack for making people laugh, a talent that would soon change his life. From shining shoes to entertain passers-by to telling jokes to his Navy buddies, Cosby's early struggles laid the foundation for a career that would captivate millions. Did you know Bill Cosby's humor started in the streets of Philly? Drop a comment below and tell us about a time humor got you through a tough moment. With a spark of talent and unshakable determination, Cosby turned his struggles into stepping stones. Let's explore how he went from small-time gigs to becoming a household name. Bill Cosby's career ignited in the 1960s when he took to the stage at Philadelphia's underground comedy clubs. His big break came in 1961 at New York's Gaslight Cafe, where his clean, relatable humor caught the eye of industry insiders. By 1963, he was performing on The Tonight Show, earning national acclaim for his witty storytelling. This led to a string of Grammy-winning comedy albums, including I Started Out as a Child, cementing his status as a comedy pioneer. Cosby's television career was equally groundbreaking. In 1965, he co-starred in I Spy, becoming one of the first black actors to lead a network series, earning 3 Emmy Awards. The 1970s saw him create Fat Albert and The Cosby Kids, an animated series that blended humor with life lessons. But it was The Cosby Show, 1984 to 1992, that made him a global icon. As Dr. Cliff Huxtable, Cosby portrayed a warm, relatable father figure, and the show became a cultural phenomenon, topping ratings and earning him millions, reportedly $4 million per episode at its peak. With a 20% stake in the show's syndication, Cosby's wealth soared, making him the highest-paid TV actor of his era. His accolades are staggering: 5 Primetime Emmys, 8 Grammys, 2 Golden Globes, and a Kennedy Center honor. Yet, as we'll see, his career wasn't without shadows. But first, let's step into the lavish lifestyle he built. From comedy clubs to red carpets, Bill Cosby built an empire that afforded him a lifestyle most can only dream of. Let's take a closer look at his properties, cars, and ventures in 2025. At the height of his career, Bill Cosby's real estate holdings were the envy of Hollywood. His properties, primarily in New York and Pennsylvania, reflected his wealth and taste for elegance. However, by 2025, financial troubles have cast a shadow over these assets. The Manhattan Townhouse, a symbol of elegance. One of the most talked about properties in Cosby's portfolio is his Manhattan Townhouse, a stunning 6-story residence located in the heart of New York City's Upper East Side. Purchased in 1987 for a reported $6.2 million, this 12,000-square-foot home was a symbol of Cosby's success at the peak of the Cosby Show era. The townhouse, built in 1901, boasts classic Beaux-Arts architecture with intricate moldings, grand staircases, and a facade that exudes old-world charm. The Cosbys, Bill and his wife, Camille, transformed the townhouse into a luxurious family home. With 10 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, a private elevator, and a rooftop terrace, it was the epitome of urban sophistication. The interiors were meticulously curated, featuring art from their extensive collection, including works by African-American artists, which Camille was passionate about promoting. The couple hosted lavish parties here, entertaining fellow celebrities, politicians, and cultural icons. But in 2025, this iconic property made headlines for a very different reason: foreclosure trouble. According to multiple reports circulating on platforms like X, the Cosbys were forced to sell the townhouse after failing to keep up with mortgage payments. The property, valued at $7 million in recent estimates, was listed for sale following financial difficulties tied to Cosby's legal battles and dwindling income streams. The news shocked fans and observers, as the townhouse had been a cornerstone of the Cosby family's legacy for nearly 4 decades. The sale of the Manhattan Townhouse wasn't just a financial transaction, it was a symbolic moment. For many, it marked the unraveling of Cosby's carefully crafted image as a successful, untouchable celebrity. The townhouse, once a beacon of his wealth, became a reminder of how quickly fortunes can change. As of 2025, the property is reportedly under contract, though details about the buyer and final sale price remain scarce. What's clear is that this chapter of Cosby's real estate story has closed, leaving behind a legacy of grandeur and loss. The Elkins Park Estate, a Pennsylvania retreat. While the Manhattan Townhouse was Cosby's urban masterpiece, his estate in Elkins Park, Pennsylvania, was his countryside sanctuary. Located just outside Philadelphia, this 8.5-acre property was purchased in the 1970s and served as the Cosby family's primary residence for decades. The estate, valued at approximately $8 million in its prime, features a 14,000-square-foot Georgian-style mansion with 11 bedrooms, a guest house, a tennis court, and meticulously landscaped gardens. Elkins Park held deep personal significance for Cosby. It was where he and Camille raised their 5 children, creating memories away from the Hollywood spotlight. The mansion was designed for both comfort and extravagance, with a home theater, a wine cellar, and a library filled with Cosby's collection of books and memorabilia. The property also served as a backdrop for family milestones, from graduations to holiday gatherings. However, the Elkins Park Estate has also faced its share of challenges in 2025. Reports suggest that the Cosbys have struggled to maintain the property due to mounting legal fees and reduced income. Unlike the Manhattan Townhouse, the Elkins Park Estate has not been officially listed for sale, but rumors of financial strain have fueled speculation that it could be next on the chopping block. Local real estate experts estimate that the property's value has depreciated in recent years due to market fluctuations and the need for renovations, making it a less liquid asset than it once was. For longtime fans, the potential loss of the Elkins Park Estate is particularly poignant. It's not just a house, it's a symbol of Cosby's roots in Philadelphia, where he began his career as a stand-up comedian. The estate represents a time when Cosby was at the height of his influence, using his wealth to create a haven for his family. Whether the Cosbys will hold on to this property or let it go remains one of the biggest questions in their real estate saga. The Shelburne Falls Farm, a hidden gem. Less well-known but equally fascinating is Cosby's farm in Shelburne Falls, Massachusetts. Acquired in the 1990s for an estimated $2.5 million, this 21-acre property is a rustic retreat nestled in the Berkshire Mountains. The farm includes a 5,000-square-foot farmhouse, a barn, and sprawling fields, offering a stark contrast to the urban opulence of the Manhattan Townhouse. Cosby purchased the Shelburne Falls Farm as a getaway, a place to escape the pressures of fame and reconnect with nature. The property was particularly special to Camille, who enjoyed gardening and hosting family retreats there. The farmhouse, with its exposed beams and cozy fireplaces, was a departure from the grandeur of their other homes, reflecting a simpler, more grounded side of the Cosby family. In 2025, the Shelburne Falls Farm remains one of the few properties still in the Cosbys' possession. Unlike the Manhattan Townhouse, it has not been linked to foreclosure or sale rumors, possibly because its lower profile and rural location make it less of a financial burden. However, maintaining a large rural property comes with its own challenges, from property taxes to upkeep costs. Some speculate that the Cosbys may choose to sell the farm in the coming years to streamline their finances, but for now, it remains a quiet refuge in their real estate portfolio. The Shelburne Falls Farm is a reminder that Cosby's real estate investments weren't just about flash and prestige. They were also about creating spaces for family, reflection, and legacy. While it may not garner the same headlines as the Manhattan Townhouse, it's a vital piece of the Cosby real estate puzzle. What do you think of Cosby's stunning Manhattan townhouses? Share your thoughts in the comments and give this video a thumbs up if you're loving the house tour. Car collection, a modest fleet. Unlike some celebrities with garages full of supercars, Bill Cosby's car collection has always been understated yet refined. His preference for classic and luxury vehicles reflects his personality, sophisticated but not flashy. Let's dive into the stories, specs, and significance of Cosby's top 5 cars, perfect for car enthusiasts and celebrity watchers alike. Let's dive into the stories, specs, and significance of Cosby's top 5 cars, perfect for car enthusiasts and celebrity watchers alike. Number 5. Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, the pinnacle of prestige. Rounding out the list is the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow, a symbol of luxury Cosby owned in the 1960s or 1970s. With a 6.75-liter V8 producing 220 horsepower, it reached 115 miles per hour and 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 10 seconds. Its handcrafted interior and smooth ride made it a celebrity favorite, and Cosby referenced it in his comedy routines, tying it to his glamorous image. In 2025, Silver Shadows are valued at $25,000 to $50,000, and Cosby's ownership adds nostalgic charm. This car represents his peak as a cultural icon, embodying the opulence of his Cosby Show era. Number 4. Chrysler Imperial, the American luxury icon. Coming in at number 4 is the 1964 Chrysler Imperial, a luxurious sedan Cosby chose early in his career. In 1964, while performing in Lake Tahoe, Cosby and his wife, Camille, were offered a red Cadillac convertible but opted for an Imperial to avoid racial stereotypes. The Imperial's 413 cubic inch V8 engine delivered 340 horsepower, with a top speed of 120 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of around 9 seconds. Its plush interior and imposing design rivaled Cadillac and Lincoln. Camille loved its elegance, and Cosby recounted their joyride at 150 miles per hour on a Nevada highway. Valued at $20,000 to $40,000 in 2025, the Imperial reflects Cosby's early taste for American luxury and his defiance of stereotypes, making it a personal favorite. Number 3. BMW 2002T, the nimble German classic. At number 3 is the BMW 2002T, a 1970s compact sports sedan that highlights Cosby's appreciation for understated performance. Cosby owned this model, as he mentioned in a 2013 Globe and Mail interview, during the peak of his early career. The 2002T's 2.0-liter inline-four engine with Kugelfischer fuel injection produced 130 horsepower, reaching 115 miles per hour and 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 8.5 seconds. Its nimble handling made it a favorite among enthusiasts. For Cosby, the BMW was likely a fun daily driver, contrasting with his flashier exotics. In 2025, these cars are valued at $30,000 to $50,000 in the classic car market, prized for pioneering the modern sports sedan. Cosby's ownership adds a subtle celebrity connection, making this a versatile gem in his collection. Number 2. Ferrari 365 GT 4+2, the elegant Italian. Next is the 1974 Ferrari 365 GT 4+2, a sleek grandeur that showcased Cosby's love for European elegance. Purchased in the 1970s through Milano Imports, this Ferrari wasn't officially imported to the US, adding to its exclusivity. Its 4.4-liter V12 engine, paired with 6 side-raft Weber carburetors, delivered 340 horsepower, a top speed of 155 miles per hour, and a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of about 6.5 seconds. The Pininfarina-designed body in 2+2 seating made it a practical yet luxurious choice for Cosby's growing family. The car's 10 exterior and manual transmission made it a standout, though it surfaced on eBay in 2013 for $37,500, showing signs of wear. In 2025, well-preserved examples fetch $30,000 to $50,000, and Cosby's ownership adds a touch of celebrity allure. This Ferrari reflects his sophisticated side, balancing performance with style during his Cosby Show heyday. Number 1. Shelby Cobra Super Snake, the comedy-inspiring beast. Topping our list is the legendary 1966 Shelby Cobra Super Snake, a car so wild it inspired Bill Cosby's iconic comedy routine, 200 miles per hour. This ultra-rare vehicle, one of only 2 ever built, was a gift from Carroll Shelby, who challenged Cosby to ditch his European sports cars for American power. Powered by a 427 cubic inch Ford V 8 with twin Paxton superchargers, it produced an estimated 800 to 900 horsepower, hitting 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds and a claimed top speed of 200 miles per hour. Cosby, a fan of Ferraris, took delivery in 1967 but was terrified by its raw power. His comedy routine hilariously described the car killing people at idle, capturing its ferocious nature. He returned it to Shelby after a nerve-wracking test drive, and the car later met a tragic fate when its next owner crashed it into the Pacific Ocean. In 2025, the Super Snake's value could exceed $5 million, making it the crown jewel of Cosby's collection for its rarity and cultural impact through his comedy. Cosby's cars, while luxurious, were never the centerpiece of his lifestyle. With financial pressures mounting, it's likely he's downsized his fleet, possibly selling off vehicles to cover legal fees or debts. Still, these cars once symbolized his journey from Philly streets to Hollywood's elite. If you're shocked by Cosby's car collection, give this video a thumbs up and tell us which car you'd love to drive. Subscribe for more luxury reveals. Business ventures, beyond the screen. Cosby's wealth wasn't built on entertainment alone. His savvy investments and production ventures amplified his fortune. He co-founded Artists for Artists, a production company that expanded his influence in the industry. His 20% stake in The Cosby Show's syndication rights was a goldmine, generating millions annually during the show's peak. Additionally, Cosby invested in real estate and art, amassing a collection of African-American works valued at millions. However, legal battles and a tarnished reputation have stalled new ventures. In 2025, Cosby's business activities are minimal, with his focus likely on resolving financial disputes. His once thriving empire now serves as a cautionary tale of how fame and fortune can falter. Behind the mansions and accolades, Bill Cosby's personal life is a complex tapestry of love, family, and controversy. Let's peel back the curtain on his relationships and the scandals that reshaped his legacy. Bill Cosby's personal life has long been anchored by his marriage to Camille Hanks Cosby. Married since 1964, the couple's 60-year partnership has weathered fame, fortune, and public scrutiny. Camille, a producer and philanthropist with a net worth of $20 million, played a key role in The Cosby Show's production and has been a steadfast supporter of her husband. Together, they raised 5 children: Erica, Aaron, Ennis, Insa, and Evan. The tragedy struck with Ennis's murder in 1997 and Insa's death in 2018. While their marriage has faced strain, particularly during Cosby's legal battles, Camille has remained by his side, defending his character and managing their joint assets. Rumors of romantic scandals have occasionally surfaced, but no confirmed reports of infidelity have emerged. Their bond, rooted in shared values and resilience, remains a cornerstone of Cosby's life in 2025. Bill Cosby's legacy is inseparable from the controversies that have defined his later years. Beginning in 2005, allegations of sexual assault surfaced, with over 60 women accusing him of misconduct spanning decades. The most high-profile case involved Andrea Constan, a former Temple University employee who accused Cosby of drugging and assaulting her in 2004. In 2018, he was convicted of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault, sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. The conviction was a landmark moment in the #MeToo movement, but it was overturned in 2021 by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, citing a procedural violation involving a prior non-prosecution agreement. Since his release, Cosby has faced additional lawsuits. In 2022, a California jury found him liable for sexually abusing a 16-year-old at the Playboy Mansion in 1975, awarding $500,000 in damages. In 2023, 9 women filed a sexual assault lawsuit in Nevada, enabled by a new law eliminating the statute of limitations for civil cases. A 2024 lawsuit accused him of drugging and assaulting a teenager in Las Vegas in 1986. These cases have drained his finances, with legal fees reportedly in the millions, and have led to the foreclosure of his New York properties. Cosby has consistently denied the allegations, framing himself as a victim of a media witch hunt. His attempts at a comeback, including plans for stand-up comedy, have met with mixed reactions. Public opinion remains divided, with some still cherishing his contributions to comedy and others condemning his alleged actions. Documentaries like We Need to Talk About Cosby and Bill Cosby, An American Scandal have further fueled debate, exploring the dichotomy between his public persona and private controversies. Want to know how other stars handle controversy? Hit that subscribe button and share this video to find out who we cover next. Despite the controversies, Bill Cosby's influence on entertainment and society is undeniable. Let's explore how his work and philanthropy have left a lasting mark. Before the scandals, Bill Cosby was celebrated for his charitable efforts, particularly in education. Through the William H. Cosby Jr. Foundation, he donated millions to colleges, scholarships, and community programs. His contributions to Spelman College, including a $20 million gift in 1988, funded scholarships and academic programs, earning him widespread admiration. Cosby's emphasis on education stemmed from his own journey, having earned a doctorate in education from the University of Massachusetts Amherst. In 2025, his philanthropic work has slowed due to financial constraints, but his past contributions continue to benefit students and institutions. His foundation's legacy, though overshadowed, remains a testament to his belief in uplifting future generations. Cosby's impact on comedy and television earned him a slew of accolades. Beyond his Emmys, Grammys, and Golden Globes, he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2002 and the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor in 2009, later rescinded. He was lauded by outlets like Time and Ebony as a cultural pioneer, breaking racial barriers in Hollywood. His work on The Cosby Show reshaped portrayals of Black families, offering a positive, aspirational narrative that resonated with millions. However, many honors have been revoked due to his controversies, and his cultural standing is now a topic of debate. Some, like The Cosby Show's Keisha Knight Pulliam, argue the show's legacy transcends Cosby's personal failings, while others believe it's irrevocably tainted. Bill Cosby's story is one of extraordinary highs and devastating lows. From a Philly kid with big dreams to a global icon, he proved that talent and perseverance can break barriers. Yet, his fall from grace reminds us that actions have consequences and public perception can shift dramatically. His journey teaches us to cherish our achievements, learn from our mistakes, and strive for redemption, no matter the odds. And there you have it, the incredible, complex, and controversial life of Bill Cosby in 2025. From his luxurious homes to his groundbreaking career, his story is a roller coaster of triumphs and challenges. If you enjoyed this deep dive into his world, give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell for more exclusive celebrity content from the Celeb Insider. Want to see another star's lifestyle? Drop their name in the comments, and we'll make it happen. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.